I'm starting to realize that the job market is really not as bad as everyone is saying. Hear me out for a second. I'm about to go into work, and I was thinking about this. And what I realized is there's actually two different job markets. There's the job market that everybody talks about, which is like the corporate market. Everybody's competing for desk jobs, the ones where you're sitting in a cubicle or maybe at your house, working from home, looking at a computer screen, doing some type of administrative or analytical work, right? That's the job market that I feel like I hear about the most. People who are marketing majors or trying to compete for going into big tech jobs or at very large companies. Those seem to be the areas where people are struggling the most to find jobs. And to their credit, to the people who have said the job market is trash, that market is kind of trash. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You have to be either willing to take some type of pay cut, or you have to be like the cream of the crop to, get to the top of the list or know somebody, right? That makes complete sense. When you say that job market is shit, I understand that. But then there's the other market. And this is the one where I don't see, I don't understand why everybody's sleeping on this. The other market is like the labor market, the place where here's a job example where I hear they're always hiring, like welders, people who have trades. The pizza place I'm about to go into, they're always hiring. I live in a small town. They're always hiring, mainly because they can't keep people. And what I'm starting to realize is when people say the job market is trash, the economy is trash, it's that the jobs they want aren't available. It's not that no jobs are available. If you really want to get out here and work because you broke, there's work to be done. There is money to be made out here. Like, honestly, I'm averaging, I would say, 23 to 25 bucks an hour working as a delivery driver. And it's not difficult work. It's not glamorous. I've said that before. Like, I'm not, no one's patting me on the back, giving me any awards or anything. I'm giving people food, but I'm making money. Like, what I don't understand is how you can afford to be picky if you are broke. Like, that's the part I don't get. And when I see people say, how am I just supposed to survive in this market if nobody's hiring? Bullshit. People are hiring. The people that you want to work for are not hiring. What that tells me is you are more concerned with the optics of your job title than actually having a job. That is a problem. And I feel like what I'm seeing is indicative of how comfortable we have been in America for so long. We have had it so good for so long that we have been able to pick and choose what jobs we will do and what jobs we won't. And that tells me that none of us are really struggling. Because if we're still making decisions about, I don't really want to work there. Like, if you can afford to do that, you're not struggling. You either you're not struggling or you don't realize how far in debt and how far in the shit you are. Because there comes a time where when you can't eat, at least in my mind, there is no job that I'm not willing to do. If my family cannot eat, and I'm doing this job and my family eats just fine because I just want to make more money. But if I was really struggling and my family was like, we don't know how we're going to eat tonight, I would be out here on the streets going into every single business that I could get, that would let me in, applying everywhere. When I applied to Domino's, just give you an example of, again, how easy my experience was and why I'm having a hard time connecting with people who were saying you can't get no job, right? When I applied to Domino's, I applied on a Wednesday. I didn't hear anything back Thursday. Decided, all right, I'm going to go in and talk to somebody about it on Friday. Went in on Friday. The owner called me back the same night. I went back in that night and interviewed. He hired me 30 minutes after I interviewed with him. I came back in to do I-9 stuff the next day, had my first shift on Sunday. Wednesday to Sunday, I went from looking for a second job to being hired. You all cannot tell me y'all are going out here working, willing to work anywhere. That's the problem. We are way too up our own ass. Our ego is in the way of us making money. Because if you're telling me you cannot make money in this economy, even in this inflationary environment, because I understand things are expensive, it's true. But if you're telling me you can't find any job, that tells me your ego is in the way. You don't want to look bad. You want to have a job title that you can go tell other people, this is where I work. And for some people who have been in school for a long time, I understand why you feel that way, because you felt like you put in work and you felt like probably that you were promised that you were going to get the career of your dreams if you just went this path. Here's a hard lesson for you. You were lied to. Nothing is guaranteed. There was a time where going to college was a more direct route to the job that you wanted. And in a lot of cases, that's still the case. That's still true. But in this economy, people who produce are the ones who are going to make money. And if you are right now struggling to even get into the door to prove that you can produce, you might have to make some money somewhere else in a place that's not your dream job in order to get there. I don't understand why we think that while we build our dreams, we're not supposed to work. You can have a job you don't like while you build your dream and pursue your goals. You can do that. Even if your goal is to be, head of marketing at a top ad agency, or just a bullshit example. While you are working and slaving away to get your foot in the door there, you can do something else. If your dream job is in corporate America, that is fine. No one is saying don't continue to pursue that. I'm saying that in the meantime, you need to be able to take care of yourself. You need to make some money. So what are you going to do about it? Some people I've seen, they've moved back in with their parents, and that's fine. I'm not knocking that, because I would do that too if I had the ability to, and I really was in a position where I needed to do that so I could save up money. That's fine. But what I am saying is not all of you have the ability to do that. So if you are out there on your own, what are you going to do? You have to figure out a way you're going to make some income. And sitting on TikTok and YouTube and every other social media platform talking about how bad things are, it's not bringing you a solution. The jobs are out there. Jobs in general are out there. The question is, are you willing to look silly in order to make money so you can get to your goals? That's the real question. The job market is not fucked. We are. Our mindset about how jobs should be is what's fucked. We expect our dream job to be available all the time. We think that all people, if they are willing to work, should be able to work. That is a fantasy. That has never, ever been the case. That everybody who wants to work in a specific job can work there if they just choose to show up. That's never been the case. You are always in competition. Let me just be real clear about that. Every single time you write your name on a piece of paper to apply for a job and you get it, that means at least 100 other people didn't. And that's small numbers. In reality, it's probably closer to thousands. Every single time you get the job, you were selected over somebody else. And guess what? When you got your jobs, how many times did you feel bad about all the applicants that didn't? You didn't, did you? So why would you expect anybody to feel bad for you now? The only thing that has happened is you're experiencing what most low-skill workers have been experiencing their entire lives, that this shit is hard. Now competition is just ramped up. That's all that's happened. All that has happened is that the market has been constricted, at least in the corporate sector, right? In the corporate sectors of America. And now you have to be even higher of a percentage of employee in order to even be considered. Before, you could get away with slacking off. Now you can't. And sometimes, even if you're a perfect employee, you might still get fired. See what's going on Facebook right now? They've laid off a bunch of people talking about it was performance related, and some of those people had never had any performance issues. Ask yourself, is that really where you want to be? These are the questions I ask myself, and when I talk about why I want to have my own thing, why it's important to have assets of your own. There's nothing wrong with a job. Just understand that the job is not there to serve your best interests. The job is there to serve a function, and that function serves the company's interests, not you. Your job is not there to make you feel good about yourself. It's not there to give you purpose. You might derive some of those things from it, but it's not there for that function. So don't confuse the two. There are jobs out there if you want them, but see it for what it is. A stepping stone to where you want to be. And if that job is where you want to be, excellent. You've made it. Do everything you can to keep it. But don't be confused between a job and your purpose as an individual. You are never going to derive all of the meaning of your life. You're never going to get fully fulfilled from working a job, because that's not what a job is designed for. That's not what anything in life is designed for. So before you complain about how there's not no jobs, look around you. Look at all those service places that are saying, we hiring right now. Because I guarantee you there's a bunch of places that are willing to take you on. But are you willing to wear the McDonald's hat? You willing to wear the Culver's hat? You willing to wear the Domino's hat? These are the things you have to ask yourself. How big is your ego? Will your pride keep you broke? Just wonder. Something for you to chew on tonight. I'm going to go get to work. Y'all be safe. Talk to you later.